Hello, subscribers. This is the inaugural episode of, my new podcast. Right now, there's no name for that, and it's just going to be kind of like a chill, cool down, sit down chat. Kind of like a fireside chat, I guess. I don't know. But today's going to be easy. There's no guests. I don't know if there will be any guests at all. It just depends on my friend's schedule and everything. But today we're just going to talk about some news, some other movie things, some book things, and some other stuff. Like I said, this is just going to be a small little chat, not much to do. Heck, I don't even have a title, no sound effects, no nothing. This is just going to be a little small chat. So I might as well tell you what happened in the last couple of days. Saturday, I had my family reunion, and that was fun. Talked to some family members, got some gas cards and stuff for, graduation and stuff. But yeah, some of my uncles and aunts have new dogs and stuff, so you saw one of those videos. And, that's all nice and stuff. I also been hitting the gym again. I've been weightlifting again after a couple months of just doing cardio, and today I did 2 miles on the elliptical, yeah. Yesterday I did curling for the first time in months, and yeah, I'm feeling it today. So, let's see. We should just get into my agenda type thing, because I actually have written down notes of what to talk about today. So, first, we're going to talk about some movies. And we're going to do some movie trailer type stuff. I'm going to talk about some movies I've seen, and I'm going to also talk about my top 5 of the year so far, considering we are halfway done with the year. So, let's talk about the movies I've seen. I haven't actually been watching a lot of movies recently. The last one I saw was actually Ant-Man and the Wasp, and, made a little video about that. Not a good video, but a video nonetheless. Some of my thoughts on it, I really liked it. I thought it was a very interesting movie, and I really liked the villain, Ghost, I think her name was. And also, Ant-Man was awesome, and so was Hank Pym, and honestly, the Wasp might be one of my favorite heroes right now, because she's just has an awesome power set ability and stuff like that. I like the ending a lot, and by the ending, I mean the post-credits. The mid-credits scene, actually. I thought that was genius. I didn't like it as much as Infinity War, as we will talk about in a little bit, but I did like it a lot. I would rate it a 4.5 out of 5. So yeah, I recommend it. And some movie trailers that came out in the last couple weeks. First off, we got Mary, Queen of Scots, starring Saoirse Ronan, Margot Robbie, David Tennant, and Jack Lowden. And I was thinking about getting some books about her, but there isn't any good ones, so if there is any, leave them down in the comment section below. But, yeah, it looks interesting. Josie Rourke, I have never seen any of her movies before, but it looks awesome. The cinematography doesn't look as good as like other aspects, such as costume design and acting, but I'm excited. I like the actors and actresses in there, so yeah, interesting story. I looked up a little bit about it, and yeah, I'm excited about it. Next, we have The Favorite, which I'm probably even more excited about because it's from my boy, Yorgos Lanthimos, who directed The Lobster. I love that movie, but this movie probably won't be for everyone. It stars Olivia Colman, Emma Stone, and Nicholas Hoult, and Rachel Weisz. It looks just like what I would expect Lanthimos movie to be like. It's wacky, it is stilted dialogue, and I love it. Also, I looked up some more about this one. I don't know as much, but yeah, it sounds interesting, and the cinematography looks awesome. The acting from Olivia Colman looks just... she could win the Oscar this year, I think. And we'll do some podcasts about that as well. Oscars and stuff. But yeah, I'm excited for The Favorite. today we have these two new trailers for Boy Erased and Bohemian Rhapsody. Boy Erased looks fine. There's been rumors that it's not as good as people are thinking it's going to be. But Russell Crowe, Nicole Kidman, Lucas Hedges, and Joel Edgerton look awesome in the movie. It's just, I think it'll be more of like an acting play in the style of Dallas Buyers Club. I think it'll be more around that line and not like some other more better movies, I would say. Then Bohemian Rhapsody. This one looks cool too. I'm a little apprehensive considering Bryan Singer has not been detached as director, and I hope they do take his credit away because there's multiple reasons why. But Rami Malek looks awesome, and I don't know. It could be good, it could be bad. We'll have to wait and see. The last trailer to talk about is On the Basis of Sex. It is starring Felicity Jones, Armie Hammer, and Sam Waterston and Kathy Bates. And it is a movie about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. It looks fine, like Boy Erased. It looks like it's just gonna be an Oscar play, which there's nothing wrong with that. But it's just that one I think will be more like sorry, I can't say that right now. Imitation Game and Theory of Everything, which is like a biopic, not much else to it. But yeah, those are the trailers. I'm probably most excited about The Favorite and Mary Queen of Scots. And the one I'm probably least excited about would be On the Basis of Sex, because it just seems so... Story seems interesting, but it just seems so boring, like the movie does. I'm a fan of the actors, but it's just something that we've seen before, I think. Now let's move on to the top 5 movies of the year, in my opinion. We're going to start from 5 and go to 1. I haven't seen that many, so I might as well just say my honorable mentions. So 1 second. Some honorable mentions, I would say, would have to be Ant-Man and the Wasp. I love that movie. I thought it was awesome. And A Quiet Place. And I'm going to throw a special mention to Death of Stalin. I don't know when it's going to be considered for release, either last year or the year before, but I'm just going to say this year, because, that's when I saw it. I have not seen Hereditary, Isle of Dogs, Disobedience, or Lean on Pete yet, so this could change, but oh well. They did not come to my theater, so I have to just deal with that. They're on Amazon, so I'll watch them in a little bit. So, number 5, we have Solo, a Star Wars story. This is probably the most controversial one on my list, considering it did not get the greatest reviews. But I really, really love this movie. I've been loving the new Star Wars movies. I know a lot of people haven't, but I personally like them a lot because they're building the story. I like the characters, and I really like the setting. I saw this one with my mother around last month, the end of last month or the beginning of this month. And I thought Alden Ehrenreich as Han Solo killed it, and Woody Harrelson was awesome. I thought Paul Bettany as the villain was also pretty good. I wish they had more of him, but I can understand why they didn't because of reshoots. But I thought the style of it was awesome. Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian was amazing. He's up there with some of my favorite performances of the year with him. And I'm glad we're going to be actually seeing Billy D. Williams as Lando again in the next movie. I think that'll be awesome. So yeah, that's my number 5. Number 4, we have Black Panther. I really love this movie. Similar with Solo, I thought it did a great job at world building. I thought the villain again was awesome, Michael B. Jordan. And who knows, maybe he could get an Oscar nomination. There's been some word about that. But I personally thought it lacked in some other elements, such as Black Panther's actual characterization. I thought that would need a little bit more work, and I did think it dragged in the middle. But that fight scene in the bar was amazing. It's one of the best action scenes of the year. Number 3, we have Annihilation. I love this movie. This probably will, out of all the movies on this list, this one will probably stick with me the most after my gut reaction after leaving the theater, it was just this is a masterpiece. This will go down as a classic. In the style of like Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey. And the ending definitely feels that way. It feels like 2001. Excuse me. But yeah, this cinematography is great. The only thing that's a little bit bad is the script and the acting. But the actors do their best. But it's just the concepts of like how everything was an allegory for cancer. And the last, I think, 12 minutes was just breathtakingly beautiful and well paced. The editing was amazing. Visual effects stunning, especially with the I don't know what you would call it. I guess everything dealing with the end. I don't want to spoil it, but it's just breathtakingly beautiful. And Alex Garland deserves to be on the list with like modern day masters such as Denis Villeneuve and Darren Aronofsky. I personally believe that. And switching gears with number 2, we have Paddington 2. I found this to be a masterpiece in a different type of way. It is just a movie that anyone can watch. I think this one will be in the end of my year list because I think it's just so wholesome. That's the thing. It's just wholesome. It is amazing. Paddington, you just watch him and it's just like, why can't I have a friend like that? Like a little bear that just makes orange marmalade in a pink prison jumpsuit with Brendan Gleeson. It's just awesome. Also, Hugh Grant is hilarious as the villain. I didn't even know he was in there until I saw it and was like, wait, what, Hugh Grant? But yeah, it is just one of the funniest movies, one of the most heartwarming movies I've ever seen. It's awesome. And then my number 1. It might be a little bit different because I'm not a huge fan of these type of movies, but it is Avengers: Infinity War. I thought this is an epic movie in the traditional sense. It is a epic in the style of The Lord of the Rings, in my opinion. Josh Brolin as Thanos was awesome. If it was up to me, I would give him an Oscar just for his performance. Because I personally think that it is one of the greatest films ever put to screen. It was 10 years building to this and over 20 so movies, and it delivered. Also, the ending crushed me. I wasn't even a huge fan of some of the characters' movies, but it's just so good. Everything dealing with the Guardians and Thor was also awesome, and I think the next movie will definitely have Ant-Man and Iron Man having some pretty good arcs. So yeah. I know this is a little bit of off-the-cuff type thing and that those weren't really clear explanations of why they're my favorite movies. But I think, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm kind of fumbling my words right now. This is new to me. So yeah, sorry about this bad quality. But we're going to move on. Those are my top 5 movies of the year, and we're going to move on to books. I haven't been reading a lot recently. I have been buying lots of books. I actually bought 2 books yesterday, one about James Garfield, I believe, and then a book by Elmore Leonard called Raylan. It's in the Justified universe, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But for the books, I want to talk about Harry Potter. I've been watching a lot of Harry Potter things on YouTube, like explain videos and stuff like that. And I just want to talk about some of the characters, maybe a little bit about the story and how it impacted me personally. So I watched this video about a character that I forgot about completely called Regulus Black. He's Sirius Black's brother, and Sirius Black, by the way, is probably one of my favorite characters of all time, in books at least. And movies, honestly, too, because Gary Oldman is just amazing as him. That's one of his character actually made a lasting impression on me as a kid and for writing myself, because it kind of made me gear more towards anti-heroes instead of heroes. Like, they're just more complex and can do a lot more with an anti-hero than a hero or a villain. So, But Regulus Black had an interesting story about how he kind of betrayed the Dark Lord, and I'm actually thinking about doing that for my own book with a character named Beckett, where he's kind of like helping the main bad guys, but in the end, he gets fed up, and then he basically abandons the main villain, Moradane, I think I'm going to call him. I don't want to spoil too much, but I think that his story, I took a lot of inspiration from the Harry Potter books for his storyline, but I'm going to change it in certain ways. So I just wanted to talk about that because I thought it was interesting. Also, by the way, I want to talk about, I did my Patronus thing, and I got a Sparrowhawk, and I just think that's kind of cool. I always liked hawks, and, Sparrowhawk. So that was a side tangent. But as for the Harry Potter books impacting my life, there is some of the first... Honestly, they're the movies and the books that got me into storytelling, to be honest. Especially the third one, the third movie by Alfonso Cuarón, that actually made me want to watch movies. Like, the first two were fine, but the third one, just the atmosphere of it, it made me want to, like, watch more movies, and that got me into Lord of the Rings, and Lord of the Rings got me into Oscars, and then Oscars got me into No Country for Old Men and The Departed and 12 Years a Slave. So it just went down from there. But just the universe of Harry Potter is interesting and stuff, and I even like the new one, Fantastic Beasts, and I can't wait to see the new film as well later this year, actually. So yeah, it inspired me to become more creative. It definitely inspired my love for fantasy. I think if I didn't watch it, I wouldn't be as much of a fantasy fan as I am right now, and now that I'm a fantasy fan, I'm watching Game of Thrones, reading Lord of the Rings, and stuff like that. And actually writing my own epic 5-part, 30-part, I don't know how many part series. So without Harry Potter, I probably wouldn't be as big into writing as I am. So we're going to go on to TV. I've been watching a lot of TV shows, actually, mainly on Netflix. I've been watching Glow. I'm about halfway through the first season, and God, that show is funny but very dark. Alison Brie is, of course, awesome, but Mark Maron, I knew about him, but I didn't know he could act. And he is one of my favorite characters on TV right now. He is just so funny, but so relatable. It is awesome. Also, Betty Gliplin is also good, and she's actually up for an Emmy this year, which we'll talk about in a couple minutes. But she's really good too. And I also find some of the other side characters also funny. The producer, I forgot his name, Bash, I think it is. He is funny. So, and also me and my father started Justified, and yeah, we're only 2 episodes in, and it might become one of my favorite shows, just because how rich the storytelling is. That's why I actually bought season 2 last night, along with one of the books, because I just love the world they create. I love the acting. Timothy Olyphant and Walton Goggins just are killing it in this show. Actually, I was watching a stream last night from Boogie2988, and by the way, check him out. He's probably my favorite YouTuber. He's a big inspiration for me to lose weight and just to be a better person. But he talked about the show last night as well, about how his parents grew up there, and he said that it captures that environment perfectly. So I'd recommend it. It is probably one of the best shows that it's not on right now, but probably one of the best shows ever made. And switching a little bit to a more sophisticated lens is The Crown. I'm only 1 episode into The Crown, but The Crown is awesome, I think, as well. The acting is... Oh my gosh, the acting from Richard Harris is so good. And Matt Smith is also good. And then, what's her name? Claire Foy, she's also really good. But Richard Harris is breaking my heart in that movie. He plays the king, and it is so, so sad. Because right now he has cancer, and he doesn't have much time to live, and he just wants the best for his daughter. It is so sad. And that actually made me want to research more about England and stuff. And I was thinking about getting some books, but I'm like, maybe I'll wait. Maybe I'll wait for some other stuff because I really wanted to get that James Garfield book. So, I would recommend that show. And that the second season is up for Emmys. I have not seen it yet, but it could maybe win some stuff. And as for the Emmys this year, I'm gonna try my best to watch as many episodes as possible from the seasons that are nominated. Um, of course, I'm rooting for Game of Thrones. I'm sorry, but I'm rooting for Nikolai Coster-Waldau to win. Um, I'm also rooting for Cameron Britton to win in supporting for guest actor for Mindhunter. I think Mindhunter was snubbed. That should have gotten way more nominations. Also, The Deuce. The Deuce was good. I only saw a few episodes, but Maggie Gyllenhaal should have gotten in. James Franco should have gotten in. I'm trying to think what else I've seen. I think they should have gotten in. And also Westworld, I heard Zan McLaren should have gotten in. I'm not that far into the new season, but he's definitely great in Fargo, and he should have been nominated for that, but he wasn't. So, let me see. Oh, another one. Forgot his name. I talked about it in my Emmy my Emmy video. But one of the guys from Assassination of Johnny Versace, he should have gotten in because he is the best performance of that show, and he just totally got snubbed. I'm sorry, but he's up there with Edgar Ramirez and Darren Criss, but he deserved to get in. Finrod Rock's good, but he should have gotten in over the other guy, Ricky Martin. That's his name. He should have gotten over him because he's way better. Might watch an episode of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel because they have it free for Prime, and then some other Netflix shows that are on there. Stranger Things season 2. I might try to catch an episode of that just to stay in the loop. I liked the first season. It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, but I still liked it. So yeah, rooting for Game of Thrones, rooting for Gianni Versace, and rooting for Glow. Those are the ones I hope to win the major categories. So that's it for TV, and we're going to go to music. And I'm going to react to some awards nominations in a little bit, but let's go through some new songs. There's 2 new songs I want to talk about. God is a Woman by Ariana Grande. I thought it was a good song. It's catchy. It's a very catchy song. And the music video was like just... the visuals for that were just amazing. It was like it seemed to be directed by like Stanley Kubrick or something. Just like the visual style of it. It was really, really cool. But it's a fine song. It's just a little too poppy for me. And then Jumpsuit by 21 Pilots. I'm a fan of these guys, kind of. I liked Hands for Guns and then some of their older stuff. I did like some of the songs they did for Suicide Squad. I have not seen the movie, but I like some of their songs. Heathens, I believe. But this one's good. And I like their Ariana Grande song. It had really good aesthetics to it. So I'd recommend those 2. And also, we have the MTV Awards, which I will react to now. 1 second. I'm just getting everything situated for recording. So, okay. I believe it is recording. I cannot tell. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. So, okay. Video of the year, we've got Havana, This Is America, God's Plan, No Tears Left to Cry, and Finesse. I've not seen all these videos. I want it to go to This Is America, though, because that is one of the best songs of the year. I'm sorry, but it deserves to win. If it goes to I'm going to be upset because I hate that song. And God's Plan, I hate that song as well. But I hope Childish Gambino wins. Artist of the Year, Camila Cabello, Cardi B, Drake, Ariana Grande, Post Malone, and Bruno Mars. I want it to be Post Malone, because I find him entertaining and he's one of my favorite singers. I'm afraid it'll go to Drake. I wouldn't mind if it went to Cardi B, but I'm not a huge fan of her. But I hope it doesn't go to Drake. I hope it goes to Post Malone. Song of the Year, Havana by Camila Cabello. God's Plan, Drake. New Rules, Dia Lupa. Rockstar, Post Malone. Finesse, Bruno Mars, and Perfect, Ed Sheeran. I've actually heard all of these songs. In order, I would put them probably Rockstar, Perfect, New Rules, Savannah, Finesse, and God's Plan. I hope God's Plan does not win. I hate that song. Rockstar I thought was amazing. I kind of wish, what was that song? Better Now got in. And also, why wasn't any of Kanye's new songs in here? Like, Kids See Ghosts or Cuddy Montage. I wish those were in there. Otherwise, good list. I'm surprised Cardi B songs didn't get in there or any of the other ones. So, best new artist, Bozzy, don't know. Cardi B, Chloe X Holly, Haley Kiyoko, Lil Pump, and Lil Uzi Vert. Okay, this is weird. Lil Uzi Vert is not a new artist. He was around like 2 or 3 years ago. And he had his big breakout like 2 years ago, so I think he should not be in here. I'm sorry, but it's just more of like random. He shouldn't have been in here. He's not new. He's kind of old at this point. I think I'll probably go to Cardi B, but I wanted to go to Lil Pump because I think he's just one of those guys that you kind of root for. So that would be my personal win. Best collaboration, the Suicide Hotline, De Niro, did not hear that one. Finesse, Lemon, did not hear that, and Meant to Be, I don't even know what that. Oh, okay, yeah, I know that one. I'm not a huge fan of any of the songs I heard, so I'm not gonna choose a winner. Push Artist of the Year. I don't know what this is, but the list is Bishop Briggs, Chloe X Haley, do not know them. Noah Cyrus, think I heard one of her songs, it's fine. T Grizzly, don't know. Casey Hill, don't know. Khaled, Young, Dumb, and Broke, I think it's called. That's a good song. Haley Kiyoko, Kyle, don't know. Lil Xan, I'm not a huge fan of him. So I didn't like Betrayed. Pretty much don't know. Jessie Reyes, don't know. Sigrid, don't know. SZA, she's a good singer. I've heard some of her songs. Grace Vanderwall, don't know. And then Why Don't We? I don't know them. So, just a random selection, I guess. Best pop, you got Havana, No Tears After Crying. Sorry Not Sorry, have not heard that one. In My Blood, What About Us, and then Perfect. I liked In My Blood. Thought that was a good song, and Perfect was okay. I want In My Blood to win, probably. Best hip hop, we got Bartier Cardi, ATM, that's good. Song God's Plan, Walk It, Talk It. Actually, I've not heard that. And then Chun Li. I've only heard a little bit of that. I don't think I can listen to that because I hate that song as well. I hope it's ATM. I really like that song. Bartier Cardi, it's fine. I didn't like it that much. I don't really like this selection. I kind of wish Post Malone was in there, so oh well. Got Latin, I'm not going to comment because I don't know any of those songs. Dance, have not heard any of those songs, so I'm just going to skip those as well. Rock, have not heard any of those, so I'm going to have to skip that as well. Video with the Message, okay. Childish Gambino, I think, will win for This Is America, but you also got God's Plan, Liberated, Suicide Hotline, Pink, and then Gatekeeper. It's going to be This Is America. It has to be. Art Direction, you got This Is America, ATM. Make Me Feel, Look at What You Made Me Do, and The Weeknd. I think it should be This Is America, but I'm afraid it might go to but This Is America should win. Choreography is Savannah. This Is America, Finesse, and Filthy. To me, I think it has to be This Is America still. Oh, also, I Don't Give a F. Um, I still think it has to be This Is America. It was the best video of the year. Cinematography, Growing Pains, I heard it. This Is America, River, No Tears Left to Cry in My Blood. This Is America. I'm sorry, it has to be. Direction, This Is America, God's Plan, In My Blood, Perfect, and Say Something. This Is America. Best editing, This Is America, Finesse, Make Me Feel, Lemon, and Look at What You Made Me Do. This Is America, I'm sorry. And finally got visual effects, Lonely Together, Walk on Water, No Tears Left to Cry, All the Stars, Wait, Look at What You Made Me Do. I'm going to say All the Stars, personally. Surprised Kendrick Lamar wasn't in there more for Black Panther. Oh well. So yeah, that's MTV Awards. Not a huge fan of their selections. I'm glad This Is America is getting attention, but Post Malone, come on, why isn't he in there more? Oh well. We're almost done, everybody. Next, we have YouTube news. I saw the Uncharted short film. I don't play video games. I have heard of this franchise. But I personally really love this short film. I thought Nathan Fillion and Stephen Lang were awesome in here. And it makes me almost want to play the video game. And I hope they make a movie with these guys because I thought this is just a fun thing. I can see it being more. I don't know much about the lore for this world, but I personally think it would be an awesome movie. And it looks fun. That's what it is. It should be fun. We haven't had a fun movie in a long time, and I hope they make this movie because it would be good. And the big news in the past couple days is FouseyCon, or whatever he's calling it. Hate dies, love survives, or whatever like that. Sorry, FouseyTube, he's a joke. If you haven't seen Colossal is Crazy's video about him, check that one out. It is one of the best videos made on YouTube. It's up there with some of the greatest exposed videos. So I would recommend watching that to get little information about him. But it seems like a cluster in a way. The whole setup he did seems very fishy. It seemed like you can tell he's just reaching for attention. If you watch Adam22's No Jumper podcast, which I just finished watching, you can tell he's off his meds, I think. And also nothing against him, but he seems like he's looking for more attention because he has not been in the limelight for a year and a half. His last big thing was him stealing the award from Philip DeFranco as the best YouTuber of 2 years ago. He should have not won that. He was not really that relevant, and his speech was just so awful that I'm sorry, but that was a bad win for that year. Should have either went to McJuggernuggets, Jesse Wardre, or Philip DeFranco as best creators of the year, because they honestly were. But if you watch No Jumpers podcast, you had Shane Dawson, Keemstar, Sam Pepper, and Ice Poseidon, along with FouseyTube in there. It's interesting because what it's supposed to be just the Shane Dawson podcast, and the first 40 minutes was. I thought that was interesting, but when FouseyTube came in, he just wrangled it. He basically took control of the podcast in not a good way. He was just rambling. He didn't know what he was saying. He was contradicting himself every minute. He was saying that, this is about love and stuff. When Keemstar brings this up, the whole event was to promote his diss track. And the weirdest thing of all was his story about Drake. That's just so creepy. I'm sorry, but you're stalking Drake. I don't like Drake, but it's you're getting in his personal space. It's his party. You don't sneak in there. And if that story is true in whatsoever way, whatever, they're probably just trying to get you out of there because they find you creepy, dude. You are sneaking into a party to talk to Drake. You also are using him as promotion for your whatever, your convention or whatever that lasted 30 minutes. I'm sorry that like it had to be canceled, but it's just kind of scummy that you're using a guy that's not even going to show up for your promotion. I don't know who was all there, but it seemed like you're just trying to get your old glory days back. And what you did at Sam Pepper, like Sam Pepper isn't the greatest guy, but what you said to him on stream is just so ridiculous. You're totally wrong about that. I don't even like the guy, but it's just like you don't say that to someone. You act like you're doing this for love and stuff. You're like trying to spread positivity, but what you said is not bringing positivity. You're just bringing hatred. Like you literally are victim blaming. He was put in a cop car for 3 hours because one of your managers like put him in there. That's just so scummy, dude. Like seriously. Also, what you said about how Tyler Perry is the greatest actor of all time. I'm sorry, but have you seen any of his movies? Like, you got Gary Oldman. I know you're not the smartest guy in the world, so I'm not going to even argue this with you because that should totally dismantle everything you said. I'm sorry, but Tyler Perry is the best actor of all time. It just shows you your mental state, I guess. But, yeah, I don't agree with what he's doing. I find him just trying to grasp at fame again after he lost everything. Because, honestly, I think Colossal's Crazy's video just show you what a piece of crap he was. Like how he was using kids with cancer to take away any negativity he had. So, I'm sorry, but I do not agree with what you're doing, Fousey. You're probably never going to see this, but I hope you stop. Like this is just going to be a train wreck, and it's not going to be an entertaining one like TanaCon. This is going to be a sad one because you definitely, I can't say for, well, you actually said that you're having some mental problems, or you had some mental problems. Well, it just seems like you're grasping for fame, and it's just kind of hard to watch at this point. So I'm probably not going to report on anything he does again because it's sad in a way. Because you can tell he's having like a kind of like a mental breakdown like Kanye was having. He acts like Kanye, but he's nowhere near Kanye. He's not a creator. He's not like a genius musician. He's just not. Kanye, he's like, I know it's a meme to say that he's a genius, but I think he is. Kids See Ghosts and Ye are amazing. Like, Kids See Ghosts has to be one of the greatest albums of all time. And Fousey, what he's doing, and like, he's trying to just bring up old beef with Rice Gum. I don't like Rice Gum, but there is, like, that beef was like a year ago or whatever. You're bringing up just to, like, jump on clout gang. Like, you're also bringing up FaZe Banks. You're bringing up Keemstar. You're bringing up Shane Dawson. You're trying to get Drake. You are like a clout chaser. Like, you're just trying to get more fame because you lost it. You were on top of the world, and now you're not. So, granted, maybe you can do something to fix that, but jumping on other people's fame is not how you do that. So, I'm going to leave that story off there. I know this podcast is messy, okay? This is my first podcast, but it'll get more production value later. We're going to actually have a name for it later. But this is just kind of like what you'll probably hear. We'll talk about movies, TV, books, music, then YouTube. Maybe we'll delve into some other stuff, maybe personal stuff, maybe political. It's hard to tell in the future. But I hope you enjoyed this. I know it's messy, but we're going to leave this off with the way I always do. Have a good day, and be safe.